Now, next thing here, I want to talk about a couple of MCU stuff because there's been a lot of theories going around, and obviously we did a really big one talking about the whole Captain America thing, right? So, as I said, there's been a lot of theories going around about Doctor Doom and Avengers Doomsday. And so obviously we talked about last week, right, where Doctor Doom wants to kill Steve Rogers because of him going to be with Peggy Carter, called apparently some type of rift in the multiverse. And so there's another part to this rumor that I just heard like not too long ago that I wanted to add to this and give you some of the theories that's going on. And as I said, I'm going to do a really big video summarizing all of my theories, but I kind of want to give like want to plant some seeds here. So the other part is that apparently Doctor Doom's reasoning for all of this. The main reason why Doctor Doom is on this multiversal conquest, right, is because apparently Doctor Doom knows the truth about the MCU and all of these other Marvel Earths, like the ones that we've seen in 838, the Fantastic Four Earth that we've seen, all of that stuff. And so basically, Doctor Doom knows that the MCU is not the definitive 616 Marvel universe. And if you don't live under a rock, right, we all know that because, but apparently there's a 616 universe where there was the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and the Avengers team all on this earth where everyone coexisted. And apparently Doctor Doom is trying to restore everything back to the way it was. And so that he could rule over it, but also so that this like type of reasoning could possibly make him the hero, but not just the hero of the story. He's going to be the ruler of all of these characters because that's the way Doctor Doom works. When Doctor Doom finds an answer to something, he's not just going to freaking tell you that he's right and that you should do it. It's always going to end with him being the most powerful one in the end because it's Doctor Doom. He's a power hungry guy. So I think adding this to the story, right, it makes Doctor Doom way more interesting because now the question that I do have is, does Loki know the truth of what of this? Does Loki know that that the MCU isn't the actual main Marvel timeline? Is this what He Who Remains was also hiding all of this time as well? And this makes Doctor Doom's multiversal conquest mean so much more to the actual story because this kind of reminds me of the One World Under Doom comic, right? Where basically some of the heroes, right, were trying to make Doctor Doom seem like this just one-dimensional bad guy. Everything he does is evil. He's trying to do this, do that. But when Doctor Doom explains his reasonings for a lot of things in the world under Doom, uh, in the One World Under Doom comic, I mean, you got to say some of his reasoning is valid for why he did the things that he did. And I see a similar thing happening with Doctor Doom in Avengers Doomsday. And I think that giving Doom valid reasoning makes him the hero in this story to where some fans that love MCU content, right, it's going to make sense why Doctor Doom did the things that he did. Because what if we see a scene where, like Doom is watching everything that has happened in the Loki show and he knows the truth of what's going on, and maybe this revelation, right, of this whole entire idea that, oh my gosh, this is not the way it's supposed to be. That could really turn some heads. I even saw some people online, and I'm not taking credit for this thought, but like some people are even building up the thought of like in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, when they talked about, when he heard about the Fantastic Four, right, he said, didn't they chart in the 60s, right? And the Fantastic Four movie that we watched is set in the 60s. All right. And then also when when Spider-Man and Spider-Man No Way Home was talking to Toby and Andrew Spider-Man, when he said that he was in the Avengers, one of the Spider-Men said, aren't they a band? And so now people are trying to say that like that there's possibly this, this pairing up of a sorts to where, you know, they were supposed to be on one Earth, but everything got jacked up and everything got kind of convoluted, and maybe Kang the Conqueror is responsible for that, and maybe Doctor Doom is going to try to fix that thing, which I think would be cool because they're going to reference Kang the Conqueror, but also it's going to point to Doctor Doom trying to solve the problem, and and I mean, and even look at what Thanos did, right? Even though Thanos might have had a valid point that the Earth is too populated, his way of going about it was super evil and super crazy. So, I think that I think that possibly we could see a similar thing with Doctor Doom, but a whole lot worse with a whole lot greater of implications, because this isn't just, the universe being wiped out. These are planets being destroyed. Billions and trillions of people dying to incursions and to all types of crazy multiverse stuff. So yeah, I think as fans, if this is true, we are onto something. We are really onto something. And as I said, I'm working on theory, but new rumors keep coming out every time that's making sense. So we are trying to add things together. But this movie so far, based off of these leaks slash rumors, are freaking insane.